Hello, hello, hello. What's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see you, good to see ya. Mother Frogger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you, Thomas. How are you, Paladin? Homebrew Dwarf, 7-year. F4gree, how is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone had a spectacular weekend, and today we haven't played much Modern since the new set came out, and I was kind of looking around and I saw this cool deck that had Sheoldred and Cabal Coffers, and I thought, wait a minute, this is the perfect Sheoldred tribal deck. So we're heading to Modern to play our first Praetor tribal deck. I think eventually we might try Praetor tribal for all of the Praetors, but we'll see if this one can work. So this should be pretty interesting. Oh yeah, we got the Shadow of the Doubt blowouts. We got all the Sheoldreds. It's gonna be sweet. Irish Ranger, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. So how is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well. Oh my goodness, what a couple of days in the Magic world that. We're all over the news apparently because of this leak situation. Wow, what a story! What a just ridiculous couple of days. So yeah, it's been quite the couple of days in the Magic world. Outside of the whole leak thing, which is just what a mess, what a ridiculous. The whole thing is just I don't even know what to make of it. I've spent the last 2 days thinking about it, and I still don't really understand. We still don't really understand what the truth of this situation is by any realistic standard. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I don't know. Devinar, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big tip for you. Thank you. Favorite Sheoldred? I mean, probably OG Whispering one. It's just such a cool card. Although, I'm actually really hyped. The one Sheoldred we have 4 of is new Sheoldred, and one of our actual goals in the deck is to flip it. We are actually trying to flip this in Modern, and I think because of Cabal Coffers, we might actually be able to do it. So, we'll see. Somewhere someone's getting fired for this. I think someone probably will end up getting fired for this. I think it's very possible that the dude is lying and Wizards like overreacted. Like, I think both things can be true. The internet's very good at like context with things. Like, there can be multiple things that are wrong here. Like the dude can be in the wrong and could have be lying about things, and Wizards could be in the wrong and should not be like sending private investigators to people's houses and all that stuff. Like, both of those things can happen at the same time. So the part that confuses me about this situation is I just don't understand. Oh yeah, Urborgs, it's below our swamps. It is there though, but there are Urborgs to turn our stuff on. In what way do you? So the part that's here's the part that confuses me. As far as I can tell, and I spent the last 2 days trying to like figure this out. So as far as I can tell, there's 2 possibilities of how this could have happened. One possibility is the dude's just lying about how he got the cards. And people lie sometimes, so I think that's actually, like, possible. So the dude could have gotten the cards in some other way than he described them, through some connection at the printers or something like that. Who knows? There's no way of knowing that. I'm gonna try to think the best at this point without, like, knowing more. So that's one possibility, is, like, the dude didn't get the cards in the way he said he got the cards. The Hobbit, good to see you. Welcome. So that's one possibility. The other possibility, so I was trying to piece together, like, how could these cards have gotten out in the wild if this guy is being truthful? Because the guy's story is, I got him from a friend who owns a store who didn't really like pay attention and thought they were March of the Machines instead of Aftermath. The part that makes that confusing is stores don't have Aftermath yet. Some people even say distributors don't have Aftermath yet, which that I don't know. But I've talked to like several people that own stores, and they're like, we don't even have Aftermath. Like, I couldn't accidentally send someone a box because I don't have Aftermath here. It doesn't come to like a week before the set releases. So the best I could figure, the way this happens with the dude being truthful, is the distributor messes up and like sends Aftermath to a store instead of March of the Machines. So instead of March of the Machines. And then the store in turn messes up and sends those boxes on to the consumer. So that is possible. Like, that's certainly a thing that could happen, especially with March of the Machines and March of the Machines Aftermath both being like similarly named. It would require like multiple levels of people to make kind of the same mistake, but maybe it's an easy mistake to make because the set names are similar. So I'm pretty sure it's either one of those. Like, those are the two possibilities. Either, like, the guy's not telling the truth, or the distributor messed up and sent the boxes to the store, and then the store messed up and sold the boxes to the dude, and then his story is, like, completely truthful. So, do you like MTG Goldfish UI the best, or other websites? Personally, I find Goldfish the best just because of how clean and concise it is. I use Goldfish. I like Goldfish a lot. The one thing that I would love to see us do in the future would be to have some tracking stuff. I do use, like, Untapped GG just to track my arena games. So I'd love to see some way of us like tracking games. So maybe that's something we get to in the future. But yes, as far as like deck building stuff, Goldfish is certainly my go-to. I've seen a lot of mess ups and they just align. Yeah, I mean, but weird stuff happens, especially in the case where there's like similarly named products. So where I'm at this point is I have no idea what the truth is, but until something comes out that is more concrete about something sketchy happening, I'm just gonna assume that like there were multiple mess ups and the guy actually got the product legitly. Like, yeah, I guess we'll see in the future. We will see. Really excited about Monastery Mentor coming to Explore. Tried a lot of different builds and colors. Couldn't find anything competitive. Do you have any suggestions? Maybe you got a video coming. I haven't built a Mentor deck yet. Thought I got it direct from the distributor. No, he said in his video that he got it from a friend who owns a store. So going based on what the guy in the YouTube video said, he didn't get it from a distributor. It's a friend that owns a store that he got it from. Hey, what's up, Owen One By? How are you? Good to see you. Anyway, reminders. Replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Normal YouTube. Tons of stuff going up on there. Tomorrow, we might be yargling for Against the Odds. A reminder that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magical cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Even get a free goldfish sticker. Just let them know you want one in your order notes and they'll hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, tokens, t-shirts, playmats, good ways to support the stream and the channel and the site. Donations always appreciated. Never required. $2 or more gets your message read on stream. So what are we doing today? We are starting off. Yeah, Mentor is tricky. Like, I would look towards something like a Is It Phoenix style shell. I think you want to overload 1 and 2 mana card draw and removal spells and ways to protect the Mentor. I know Crimmon's done a couple in Standard. I don't know if he's done any for Explorer yet, but I think that's the way to go. The one thing you do not want to do with Mentor, and I've seen this like, I've seen this a few times, is you don't want to play Mentor with expensive stuff. I've seen some people play Mentor in like, essentially like stock mono white in Standard, and it feels so bad. Like, if you're playing like an example deck list, and then we're gonna Sheoldred Tribal, I promise, but I've seen some people that just like slam Mentor into a deck like this, and it just, you really need that critical mass. Like, if you're triggering Mentor with Wedding Announcement and Restoration of Jano and Reckoner Bankbuster, it's just too slow. Like, where Mentor's good is where you play it, and then you make 2 or 3 tokens the next turn, and then the next turn you cast 2 or 3 spells, and those tokens are huge, and you kill your opponent. That's the power of Monastery Mentor. Playing it in like, oh, I played a Wedding Announcement and got 1 token or whatever, I don't think that's like good enough. Like, in that context, it's just not really powerful enough. So I think you want to be looking for like cheap, low to the ground considers and ops, lightning bolts, or whatever the equivalent is. Like, that's the kind of stuff that you want to really make a mentor deck go off. So what are we doing today? We are heading to Modern to play Sheoldred Tribal. So what is the idea of this deck? Well, the idea is we're going to try to play a lot of Sheoldreds. We have 4 new Sheoldreds. We got 2 Sheoldred the Apocalypses. We got 1 Sheoldred Whispering one. We also have 4 Sheoldred's Edict. So we even got the Sheoldred's removal. So our goal is, in the early game, we kind of like do the control thing, Fatal Push, draw some cards, kill some stuff, and then Cabal Coffers plus Urborg, the Commander ramp package, hopefully gives us the mana to start casting our Sheoldreds, or even our big Sheoldreds, huge March of Wretched Souls, Invoke Despairs to wrath away our opponent's board. So that's essentially the goal. Also very excited. Also, hey, what's up, Stone Rain? How are you? Also very excited about Shadow of Doubt. Shadow of Doubt is a great gotcha card that people just don't play enough. 2 mana, players can't search their libraries this turn, draw a card. So if you play this into response to a fetch land, It's essentially like a 2-mana land destruction spell, but you gotta leave your mana up to do it. And this deck is sneakily kind of a land destruction deck. We have 4 Demolition Fields, we got 4 Field of Ruins, we have Shadow of Doubt to fizzle our opponent fetching, and then we even have Sundering Titan to come down and blow up all the land. So we can potentially run our opponent out of basics and start strip mining, and that should be a pretty good way to lock some greedy decks out of the game as well. So that's the plan. All this Sheoldred, see if it can work. I know my voice is kind of dying, isn't it? It's so weird. My voice has been fine too. I don't know why it's dying at the moment. Anyway, Sheoldred Tribal. Here we go. Yeah, hopefully it works. Hey Seth, have you thought about putting Expedition Map to tutor up either Ball Coffers or Urborg? But we need room for our Sheoldreds. Well, we can't cut Sheoldreds for that. I mean, I think the hope is that we can function even if we don't have the combo, but when we do have the combo, we should really go up. Is there a combination of magic cards that can possibly make a card owned by an opponent end up in your hand, not counting alchemy nonsense? There is not... I don't believe so. I believe one of Wizards' hard and fast rules of card design is you can't put your opponent's cards into your hand. So I believe that Wizards has intentionally made sure over Magic's history that there's no way of doing it. Because I think the idea is, if you had cards that did that, it would be pretty easy for someone to accidentally like go home with someone else's cards. So I think that's, especially in the like old era where people played unsleeved, it would be very easy to get your cards mixed in with your opponent's cards. So I think that's the reason. But yeah, does anyone in chat know a way to do it? My understanding is there's no way to get a card of your opponent's in your hand in actual Black Border Magic. Lost a match to an opponent using Mirrex and the new black 2-drop for Excellent. Ooh, I mean, Mirrex is actually really good. That card has impressed me. Like, in Standard is so slow and grindy that it's actually pretty good. You can put cards for an opponent's deck into your exile zone. That's true. Adventures, right? I recently realized that about adventures. If you steal an opponent's adventure and like somehow cast it, if you have a spell that lets you like a tally and you cast an adventure off the top of your opponent's deck, it will adventure into your exile zone. I guess that's also true that exile doesn't look like it's shared, but technically I guess it is shared. So I guess that also makes sense. I think the rules say if a card of an opponent's goes into your hand or their deck, they go into their owner's deck or hand. Yeah, all the cards are worded that way, like return to its owner's hand or whatever, rather than your hand. So how was everyone's weekend? Anyone do anything sweet? Mirrex is definitely a cool card. I am a fan of the Mirrex. Ooh, also the other news. Secret lair alert. So many new secret lair drops. Is anyone picking up any of the secret lair drops? I think so. What stood out in the secret lair drops? Oh, there's so much. Oh, Wizards always messing something up. So I think the standouts from the secret lair drops are Rebecca Gay, iconic Magic artist, hasn't made Magic art in a while, but Rebecca Gay coming back to do an artist series, and one of the cards is Stoneforge, which is like a $35 card, so pretty good value and new Rebecca Gay art, so that one's pretty sweet. The Randy Vargas one, or Varga, actually has his Grand Abolisher. I did not realize that Grand Abolisher is a $30 card now. So that's another one. If you need a Grand Abolisher, the deal's probably pretty good. And then we have more quality control issues with this one, Wizards. So they printed this secret lair drop with unfinished art. The Seraph Sanctuary art is actually not the finished version somehow. So they're going to print it with the unfinished version, and then they're going to release the finished version in a future secret lair drop, which I think this was lost in all the shuffle about the leaks yesterday, but that does seem like kind of a lackluster way to actually solve the problem, because I guess if you're someone that wanted the complete art, you're gonna have to buy another product to actually get the complete art. So the best solution for players would be Wizards is like, hey, we messed up, we printed the wrong art, we're just gonna send everyone who orders this like the right card. I'm assuming Wizards won't do that because it would cost them money. But yeah, that was kind of a weird scenario as well. It was doubly weird because we were under the impression with secret lair drops, we're actually invoking Despair today in our Sheoldred Tribal deck. I was also under the impression that secret lairs were printed after people purchased them. So I was kind of confused how they could have already printed them with the wrong art when these were just going for sale yesterday. So also kind of weird. Apparently they pre-print at least some of them, because otherwise I don't know how that would even be possible. Yeah, I thought they were printed to demand as well. Yeah, isn't that kind of weird? So yeah, I don't know how they're already printed with the wrong art, but Wizards found a way. Yeah, we can't keep the one Field of Ruin hand. Oh, this is, all right, I'm fine, I guess. Oh, please don't be control. Please don't be control. Yeah, maybe it must be something like that, where they like print some of them ahead of time, but then print more based on how many people order. It's gotta be something like that. But I think the assumption was that they were all printed after people ordered them. Have we moved on from Planeswalker Tribal to Praetor Tribal? We're trying Praetor Tribal. We're going to try it. We're going to try and see how it goes. My fish is bad. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. Oh, dear, taxes. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see some Invasion of Gabakon. I say Blood Moon. Let me hear you say... Wayo. Hey, that's a Sheoldred. We found a Sheoldred. Oh, Blood Moon needs to get better. Also, Tarmogoyf. I was playing some Tarmogoyf earlier. Oh my goodness. Tarmogoyf just makes me sad now. You play your Tarmogoyf and you grow it, and then your opponent plays a Urza Saga and makes a construct, and it's just bigger than your Goyf. Invasion of Gabakon. Yvonne MTG, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you. We played 12 Moon before. Right after Blood Sun came out, we played all the Blood Moons. It was pretty janky. Our ramp is Cabal Coffers. Cabal Coffers and Urborg, just like we're playing Commander, essentially. Tuga Buddy, welcome to the fish. Ooh, Sword of Hearth and Home. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you and Arclight Beard, a bird. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Big soup cheer for you as well. Thank you. Yeah, so the main ramp package, I guess I didn't get into that very much, is ooh. Oh, that would have been really good in response to Stoneforge. All right, we will pass. Can we get to the Sheoldred? That's the next question. Opponent. Untap. Sorry, no vials. Invasion of Gabakon seems decent. Modern. Has anyone tried it? I have not tried it yet. Someone else was asking about it. It'll be interesting to see how good it actually is. All right, opponent runs out the sword. Well, I guess we get a swamp here. Keep thin the deck, getting our swamps. Come on, lands! Lands for Sheoldred. Come on, deck. How about a land? Sheoldred's eat. I mean, we got removal for days, which I guess is good. We're not going to die anytime soon, but... Opponent. No vial. A friend of mine went to a pre-release. He went 8-1 with 5 color with Yarok, Torbrand, and Rankle. Oh my god. Oh, that sounds like my dream limited deck. Opponent. Vialing in something. Wow, Skyclave on the empty board. Feels pretty bad. Sure. Opponent. Vials and Skyclave. Well, I mean, I guess we just march it. Keep the board clear. We don't want to start getting hit by his sword. That would be less than ideal. Lands for Sheoldred. Come on, deck. Cling to dust. Well, okay. Cling to dust can draw us a card. Wait, we have to exile target card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, gain 3 life. Otherwise, draw a card. All right. Exile Ijano. Dollars Grim. Okay, we're gonna be a little greedy. Night's Whisper. Oh no! We're 25 lands too. Northern Arena would be sweet. I could get behind that. Oh no, that's not great. Oh, and the Tectonic Edge. What is this? 2015? Who plays Tectonic Edge? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Night's Whisper. Oh. All right, Cabal Coffers pass the turn. We are not making this look easy. Where's our lands deck? Where's our lands? Yeah, this is like blast from the past D&D. Opponent runs out of Solitude. Uh-huh. Sure. Oh, no Vial at least. Okay, that's good. The bad news is we can't actually kill this Solitude. And then our opponent does get to blow up our land. Oh, this is such horrible running. Yeah, this might actually be more like 2011, honestly, you're right. Found it. Sword of Hearth and Home. Another Ether Vial. And then I assume they're going to blow up our coffers. I don't know if we can get back in this or not. Oh, they're... What? They're using it on their own lands? Wait, they're just going to let us... They're just going to let us untap with coffers? I guess it's not doing anything yet. All right, well, let's... Yeah, let's kill the Solitude. I guess we could have done it earlier and discarded less cards, but exile Shadow of Doubt. Exile Fatal. Exile Cling to Dust. Yeah, let's go Cling to Dust. All right. Kill it. All right, opponent blows up their own lands. We don't have the mana to eat it. Cabal Coffers doesn't actually add a mana. Yeah, that's the issue. We should have killed it earlier with the... the March, though. Would have been better. Land. Swamp. Oh, another Sheoldred. Okay. Well, we will pass the turn. Eventually, we're gonna catch Sheoldreds. It's gonna happen. I promise. Yeah, I don't know about blowing up their own land. That was an odd choice. Opponent. Vials in. Is this another Solitude? Fair. How about each opponent sacks a non-token creature? I mean, since we're not drawing lands, we are drawing all the removal, which is good. I really want to play a Sheoldred, though. Like, we could actually play and flip Sheoldred pretty easily. Our opponent's graveyard's getting full. We might actually see the True Scriptures. Oh, we need the mana still. Right now, we still only technically have 3 mana at the moment, because Cabal Coffers does literally nothing. Until we draw another land. Land? I mean, 4 lands and 19 cards is really, really awkward. Hey, what's up, Jesse? How are you? Good to see you. How about it? Okay. Well, I mean, opponent's going to start getting in Solitude hits. We cannot do anything about this because we are unable to draw functional mana. This is what we get for playing Invoke Despair 4-mana Shelly. I mean, like... What can we do? We got 19 cards deep. Opponent equips the sword. Go plays a land. Thankfully, the sword doesn't do a ton. At least on an empty board. Opponent doesn't get to ramp. If this was like a Fire and Ice or something, we'd really be in trouble. I mean, that means we have like 20 lands left. 21 lands left. So the odds of drawing them are pretty good. Okay, land. Okay, technically. Not the land we wanted, but probably the land we deserve. 1, 2, 3, 4. This has been the worst Cabal Coffers of all time. All right, Sheoldred, run it out. Play some defense. Opponent. Digging up the vials. Well, we shouldn't have to worry about solitudes. Opponent's already cast them all. I mean, I think Expedition Map would be fine. If I was gonna go with Expedition Map, I would probably. Ooh, that could be a problem. Can they just get another sword that wrecks us here? Cauldra complete. Well, that's gonna be coming next turn. Opponent combat and attacks. Well, I mean, block with Sheoldred. Kill the Solitude. About it. Equips and passes. Land. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Boom. Let's ramp our opponent because we really need a swamp. Do you think they'd ever print a white Cabal coffers? I mean, would white Cabal coffers be too overpowered? White has Amiria. Amiria's kind of the white Cabal coffers. All right, well, kill the Stoneforge. Pass the turn. I mean, at least now the Cabal coffers taps for a mana. I know. What are the chances? What are the chances? Opponent. This Invoke Despair should save us. Like, our opponent can play the Cauldron complete. In theory, though, we just invoke it away and we're good. Opponent. Good for now. Our opponent has so much mana, though, they can just equip it. Opponent gets in, hits us down to 12. Oh, okay. That's actually a good card. Finally! All right, so make some mana. Invoke Despair. Get rid of that. Get rid of that dork. Paladin! Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank ya. Next turn. Next turn, Sheoldred time. All right, we will pass. Leave up our mana. Do you think Wizards will ever make Urborg but for islands? So I know after they printed Yavimaya, Urborg for forests, Wizards said that they didn't think they would print any more of them. So I guess the concern is it would be too overpowered. Leonin Arbiter. Okay, well, we can kill that. It is almost Sheoldred's time to shine here. I can't believe we're in this game. We have run so bad. I guess, like, so if you had it for islands, there's destroy all island effects. Maybe that's part of it. None of the synergies actually scare me, though. Like, I feel like they would all be fine. Ooh. Wait, do we get to do it all? Do we have 10 mana? Can we do it all? 7. Oh my goodness, it's happening. We're gonna flip a Sheoldred. We're gonna flip a Sheoldred in Modern. Sheoldred. Out of here, Leonin Arbiter. Flip it. Yes. Here it comes. Nothing to target because we've already killed it all. We didn't make it quick and easy, but we have the true scriptures. We're going to reanimate everything. We're going to win with Rise of the Dark Realms. It's happening. It is actually happening in Modern. About it. Taking up the vials. We're doing it. Tarmogoyf flows. You are actually kind of sort of sadly correct. Honestly, I thought Richard was being a little bit over the top when he talked about how bad Tarmogoyf was. And then I played a Tarmogoyf deck today, and wow, he was not joking. He was not kidding. Any creature without hexproof or pro-black is legal target for Fatal Push. That is true. You can cast it any time. Oh, this is going to be sweet. Is our opponent actually going to let us do it? All right. Mill 3. Discard 3. Oh, this is going to be spectacular. Discard that card. Opponent's going to vial it in. It is a... Oh, no. Are you going to Flicker Wisp it? Opponent. Oh, they're going to Flicker Wisp their Cauldra. Okay. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. We're good. We're still good. This is gonna be sweet. So add some mana. Play another Sheoldred. Can never have too many Sheoldreds in Sheoldred Tribal. Get rid of the Flicker Wisp. Draw with Castle. Oh, that's so greedy. You know what? We're pretty greedy. Actually, you know what? We're not that greedy. We'll pass. I'm taking 5 is probably way too greedy. Oh, flip both of them? I think we want to kill the token though. I think we need to edict away the germ. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. Don't scoop, opponent. Don't scoop. Watch the beauty of Sheoldred. Watch the beauty of Sheoldred. We will have 6. Oh, this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be so good. Opponent. Stoneforge. Still getting those equipment. Yes. Oh, opponent scoops it up. We would have gotten Stoneforge Skyclave, 3 Solitudes, actually 2 Stoneforges, a Flicker Wisp. Oh, that was going to be so good. We didn't even run good that game. But we still got there. Back in the day, my opponent cast Fatal Push during my hollow one. Always a good way for people to learn that way. Yeah, that is true. It's an easy mistake to make. Oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe we won't actually see it go off because people just scoop. That actually seems like an actual possibility here. Well, bring in a little bit more removal. Trust in the Sheoldreds. Run it back. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we didn't draw lands for so many turns kind of worked out because we just drew removal every turn and just killed all of our opponent's stuff. Plus, I don't know about their, blow up their own landline. That did not seem... They didn't even come out ahead in that scenario, right? Ooh, okay. Well, we have the Shadow of Doubt. We'll keep this. We have the Urborg this turn, although our opponent does have ways to blow it up. All right. How good is Warping Whale in this deck? We got a lot of colorless sources. So I think it's decent. It can get rid of Ragavan, which is relevant. Opponent. How am I supposed to say this? Aganjo. Eganjo. Now that it's rotating in a few months, I guess I need to learn how to say it properly. Standard's about to rotate. Opponent. Horizon Canopy. And, oh, you would think that would be very good against us, but, however, we have a Sheoldred's Edict. Swamp? Boy, we are still bad at drawing lands. Play the Demolition Field. Aganjo. That makes sense. Now we'll have it down for modern. Opponent, Flagstones, and I want to fizzle it, but I think we need to. Can we make it work? If we do this, yeah, maybe it's fine. All right, let's Shadow of Doubt. As long as we hit a land, it's fine. Oh no, that's not exactly a land. Opponent, Stoneforge, and hits us. I mean, we should be good either way. We got the Wrath in hand. We'll draw our 25 lands eventually. Opponent passes, and land. Land? Shadow of Doubt. Okay, yep. All right, so we drew a few Shadow of Doubts, that's for sure. Let's, I guess, pitch a Shadow of Doubt. Kill the Stoneforge, gain a bit of life. Why are we so bad at drawing lands? Oh, so what have y'all been playing recently? Anyone play anything cool? Oh, come on now, opponent. Stoneforges for days. We might actually be in trouble here since we are just completely unable to draw lands. Sort of Fire and Ice. Opponent goes attacking. Down to 19. Land? Nope. Nope, of course not. Of course not. Well, all right. Each opponent sack a non-token creature. Is it Convoke seems like it could be fun. I like the idea of it. Who have you actually made a mill deck that works in standard? Invasion of Amonkhet, I think, really helps. Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice. If that starts hitting us, we need our opponent to just play the sword this turn. Ether Vial. Okay. And Leonin Arbiter. Not looking good. Not looking good. Where are the lands? Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 17. Land? Fatal Push. Okay. Pass the turn. I swear I put lands in this deck, chat. I swear. In Historic Brawl, I'm playing Tamiyo Field Researcher. The Omniscience Ultimate. Oh, yeah. I love that Tamiyo. That Tamiyo is super sweet. Does anyone actually buy serialized cards? Is it actually worth it? All right. Fatal Push the Arbiter. Opponent gets the sword. Opponent hits us. Oh, please. Please, Sheoldred. Please. Please give us a land. All right. Okay. That's fine. We didn't actually want to land there. I was kidding. Sack it. Pass the turn. How is this possible? How does this keep happening? Are you ever gonna open Paper Magic on stream again? I mean, I think it'll happen someday. We need them to not play creatures. Okay, that's a creature. That can wear a sword and start drawing our opponent cards. We might have to pull out the calculator on this one. This is just getting downright absurd. All right, we've hit it. Land number 3. We're playing 25. 25 is a really big number of lands. Opponent, Arbiter. Well, we'll see. Opponent's gonna get to draw a card, which is, we gotta, the sword is an issue. The sword is an issue. 2.5, yes, we're playing 2.5 lands. Yeah, it seems like a lot to, yeah, I think we're just dead because our opponent can just keep vialing in creatures here. So now that they got this sword snowball, boy, how is this possible? This is 2 games in a row that have been like this. During sideboarding, we're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to look and make sure that there are actually Magic the Gathering land cards. The worst possible, literally the worst possible land we could draw, but technically a land. All right. Well, let's cast a Damnation. If they vial something in, though, we're still, like, we can't beat the vials putting things into play. They just vial it in and sword. Oh, no vial. Okay, we're alive. We are technically alive. Not dead yet. Almost dead. All right, opponent gonna do viley things. Now we're gonna draw the lands for like 5 turns in a row. Stream mode achieved. What is our opponent's hand? If they're not playing lands and not vialing things into play. Wow, sacks a land. Ghost Quarter. Blows up our Urborg. Unfortunate. Opponent passes. Friggin' coffers. Okay. Yep. Blow up the Ajano. Anyone watch Death and Taxes in the finals of the LRR Canlander tournament? Who I didn't. How is Canlander as a format? Well, get a swamp. Play the coffers. It doesn't actually make mana. Oh, we're down 2 Urborgs too. Opponent They must have a handful of Solitudes. What else could they possibly have? I know, this has just been the worst possible run. Found it. Tech Edge to blow up a land. I thought we were the land destruction deck, too. Opponent. Passes. We draw. Swamp. Well, one. Now, here comes the lands, but I think it's just too late, because, they can Violent Solitude. No Solitude. No Solitude. Yeah, there it is. Wow, I heard Storybook Brawl died. What was the premise behind the their format? You ever play like Hearthstone Battlegrounds? It was kind of an auto battler, similar to that. I think in a lot of ways it had things that were better than Battlegrounds. Oh boy. I mean, I guess we won't scoop, but I feel like this is. I don't think it's possible for us to beat this setup, though. Like, it's going to take a couple turns, but even if we draw well, I think the vials with the sword. I mean, the real problem is we just could not hit lands for 8 turns or something. I guess in some ways, it's amazing that we're still in this game at all, considering just, like, how incredibly poorly we ran land-wise. It's kind of, Storybook Brawl is kind of like that. I enjoyed Storybook Brawl. I thought it was actually a really fun game that had potential. Although, now it's dead. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess we'll fight to the bitter end. Damnation past the turn. Well, nothing to violin. Not fully dead yet. Opponent. Ticking up their vials. Did any of you actually play Storybook Brawl? Opponent. Tectonic Edge. Stoneforge Mystic. It's a battered skull. Land. Coffers. Well, I guess coffers kind of works. So that lets us invoke Despair. Get rid of the Stoneforge. Draw a couple of cards. Pass the boy, what a battle. Hey, what's up, Asleep? How are you? We have a new donation. This has been the wildest, grindiest game. New donation from Lucid. Seth, I started watching you as the cashier at a local Korean restaurant. And so, as not to disturb the guests, I'd watch with subtitles. I'd always loved violin. It still makes me think of violin. And milieu is milieu. Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that was a thing. How bad were the subtitles? Thank you for the donation, by the way, Lucid. How bad were the subtitles actually? Was it pretty bad? Okay. So if we Field of Ruin, blow up a land, Cabal Coffers will 4, Cabal Coffers will 4. All right, so I think we do it. So blow up the Tech Edge. Get a swamp. Make mana. Play a coffers. Make mana. Invoke Despair. Get rid of the Batter Skull. Pass the turn. Did they draw a Vile Threat is the question. Oh, they didn't. Oh my goodness, I think we might win this. Oh my goodness, how do we win this? How is it possible? How is it possible? It should not be possible. We missed lands for so long. What was the one I was doing? So I've started doing subtitles for some of like the non-gameplay videos where you actually have to go through and type them out because the YouTube subtitles can be pretty hit or miss. What was I'm trying to think of what the word was about it. Some of them are pretty funny though. Like some of them are actually like pretty hilarious. All right, opponent, Giver of Runes, but we got a Sheoldred for that. Opponent passes. We draw. Oh my god, big Sheoldred. That is a big Sheoldred. I don't think we played big Sheoldred yet, though. I think we have to... New Sheoldred. Get rid of the Giver of Runes. Get it out of here. Castle Lockwane. How are we winning this game? I can't believe we're in this game. We have literally no business being in this game. None whatsoever. Opponent. So if I make sake, do I call it goldfish sake? I've never had sake. We can flip whenever we want to. We probably flip this turn, actually. I think our plan is flip. I think our plan is flip here. So make Cabal Coffers mana, flip Sheoldred. And oh my god, they scooped it up. Oh! We don't even need lands. Sheoldred is so strong. We don't even need lands. Is Sheoldred actually good in Modern? I mean, yeah, I guess it does show how bad D&T is. Like, we seriously run 2 lands on, like, turn 8 that game. We were about to pull out the calculator and check our... Actually, we probably still should. What are the chances of winning a game when we run that bad? Yeah, if our opponent had Gobakon, we'd be done. Wait, what is Saki like? All I know of Saki, I believe that... Oh, man. I believe Steve-O... in one of the Jackass movies, snorted it. I'm pretty sure my like 18-year-old self remembers that. We did drive a removal spell. Is it seafood based? Oh, sake is it's wasabi. Okay, that's the one I was thinking of. Oh, see, I'm not up on my Jackass good enough. It's been too long. I'm rusty with my Jackass trivia. Oh, rice. That actually sounds good. Sake sounds pretty good. I mean, White Lotus, I think that's supposed to be the reaction. That's kind of the whole point of the Jackass TV show. Is to make people have that exact reaction. Any chance you'll draft today or on Thursday's stream? Fun to see what you pick. Maybe. Do people want to see a draft? I do. I like drafting sometimes if people want to see it. Interesting. I'm gonna have to try some sake. I'm not much of a drinker, but... Oh, are you gonna make it, Stone Rain? Have you made it before? Well, maybe we'll do a draft on Thursday. Perhaps, if that's what everyone wants. How is... Oh no, not again. How is Limited Men? Has it been a good format? It seems like I've seen mostly good reviews for it. Way better than 1. Oh, that's good. How are Beer and CZ? They're doing super well. Well, let's just put Cling to Dust to the bottom. Schwamp. Go. I mean, I think it's got to be pretty bomby. The Multiverse Legends, one of the upsides of Multiverse Legends is we get really sweet reprints and cool borders, which is awesome. One of the downsides of those special slots is it does kind of unleash more bombs into Limited. So I guess there's upsides and downsides. Do you like the special slots? Like, do you think it's worth it overall? Think like Retro Artifacts, Strixhaven Mystical Archives, now the Multiverse Legends. Yeah, that sounds sweet, Stone Rain. Give it a shot if you already make similar stuff. I like the bonus sheet, yeah. I mean, I guess I also don't play that much Limited, so if there's a downside for Limited, I'm not impacted by it very often. I know Mark Rosewater was asking, like, how often should we do this? Every set might be too much. Once a year, every other set. I like it most when it's thematic. And I feel like they're going to run out of themes at some point. Like, we had spells for Strixhaven, which I guess kind of made sense. And then we had retro artifacts for Brothers War. That made a lot of sense. Then we have legends for March of the Machines. That makes sense. But they're kind of grabbing the low-hanging fruit, I think. So I think it's going to be harder to have those really solid themes in the future, just because how many of those themes are there? Like, it's not going to always line up that well. So I think when it really lines up and you have a good theme, go for it, but don't force it, essentially. Ooh, snow-covered island, A. One of those snow players, are we? All right, well, let's start blowing up plans. We want swamps anyway, so do some demolitioning. Hey, what's up, Hitachi? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see ya. How are things? I'm 2 and 21 in Mom Limited. Wow, that is one of the worst records I've ever heard. No offense meant. Wow, that's actually like kind of impressive. How? Don't your opponents ever get mana screwed? I would think you do. You win more than 10% of the time just based on variance. That is super unfortunate. Wow, poor Maze. What is your advice to me, Maze? If we do a draft on Thursday, what should I not do? Tell me what you're doing so I can avoid it. Is there anything that stands out as being like particularly good options for limited? Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I mean, I guess we just... Actually, you know what? Sure. Whatever. We probably need to hang on to this for a Murktide, potentially, or at least to get our opponent to tap mana during their turn. We'd love to resolve and invoke Despair, but I don't know how practical that is. All right. Well, each opponent sacks a non-token creature out of here. I feel like Incubate's actually straight up underrated. I feel like Incubate's got a chance to see play in Standard. I think it's better than people realize. Ooh, Night's Whisper. Night's Whisper is sweet. Here are some more themes for the special slots for new sets. Enchantments, lands, non-legendary creatures. Yeah, those would be... Lands makes a lot of sense. Enchantments... and I guess you could, if you had an artifact set, you could do another run of retro artifacts or something. Invasion of Mercadia, is that actually good in limited? Blue seems good. Yeah, the little bit I've read about the limited format, it sounds like blue is the best color generally, or people generally seem to think it's the best color. Night's Whisper. Draw a couple cards. Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. How do we get down? How do we resolve and invoke and draw a bunch of cards? That is the question. Opponent goes attacking. Well, let's yield a Guin. Blow up the Spirebluff Canal. Is it Strip Mine mode yet? Ooh, opponent's gonna float a mana. So what's the best color and what's the worst color? Rakdos did well for you. Ooh, opponent did have an island. Okay, well, all right, Brazen Borrower. Just die already. All right, opponent finally lets it go. Opponent. Ugh, Murktide. Oh, Fatal Push not gonna deal with that one now, is it? All right, play the land and pass the turn. Well, hopefully our opponent's about out of counters. Opponent untaps, goes to combat. I mean, it can be invoked. The problem is our opponent plays a ton of counters. So I think what we have to do is, at the end of our opponent's turn, try to March of Wretched Sorrow it. And then that's going to get countered. And then we will try to invoke and hope our opponent doesn't have enough mana to counter all of them. So, all right, removal number 1. Counter spell. Mm-hmm. So we untap. We draw a swamp. We play a swamp. Removal number 2. Actually, we might as well tap this Field of Ruin. Removal number 2. Do you have another counter spell? Apparently. Steam Vents. Untapped. Well, we did what we could. Hard to beat 2 counters there. Blue has really sucked for me. Interesting, because I've heard like the opposite from people, that blue is the best color. Which is the better? Hate for scam. Wait, what are the options? Opponent, combat, attacks, hits us. Yep, down to 5. Well, okay. Fatal. Are they? If they have counter number 3, then I guess we're just out of luck. Fatal push. Opponent considers. Surveils. Trying to find an answer. Black is. What is the worst color? Like, what is the color to avoid? Opponent leaves a card on top. Draws a card on top. Oh, I mean, we gotta wait. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, tell me you please didn't just draw a counter again. Consider. Okay. Hold. Mills the Spell Pierce. We play a Cabal Coffers. How much mana does this make? 5. Okay, pass the turn. Not dead yet. Pass the turn. Sheoldred in hand. Can Sheoldred get this steal against the best deck in the format? Opponent, what do you got? Opponent? What do you got? 1, 2. Murktide again. Chill with the Murktides, opponent. Chill with the Murktides. That's an 8/8 Murktide. Plays a tap land. Okay. Ooh, boy. Urborg. All right, so playing Urborg. How much mana does this give us? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we still can't really do both? Because that's an 8/8? How many basics do you think this deck plays? Is it enough for everything? So this needs to be 9 mana. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I wonder if Field of Ruin is a strip mine. That would be good. Well, let's Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin, blow up the Steam Vents. It's possible they only have 3 basics. Probably unlikely, but possible. Opponent. Strip mine. Strip mine achieved. Floats a mana. We blow it up. We grab a swamp. Oh, it is a strip mine. Oh, it is a strip mine. Oh my god, it is a strip mine. Oh, that's huge. That is huge. Opponent's gonna bolt our face. Okay. However, 9, 10, 11. Leave up mana to pay for a Spell Pierce. Oh, this gains us 10. Oh my goodness, March into Sheoldred. Actually, yeah, we got to do it this way. We got to gain the life first. We could play the Sheoldred. The problem is if we play the Sheoldred, they can just sack the Murktide and then bolt us and we lose. So I think we got to gain the life. Kill the Murktide. Back up to 12. Pass the turn. Sheoldred at the ready. Oh, that was good. That was super good. About it. Are we done? About it. Pass this. And now we can start drawing with Castle Queen too, which is big. Ooh, or Knight's Whisper. Knight's Whisper, draw a couple cards. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Sheoldreds for days. That is Sheoldreds for days. Sheoldred. Whispering. Actually, let's play Little Sheoldred first. Little Sheoldred. How do we feel about that opponent? All right, they found counter number 3, but joke's on them. Big Sheoldred. Did you found counter number 4 as well? No one expects Sheoldred the Whispering one. No one. Hey, what's up, Mr. Zakara? How are things over in the Ukraine? Opponent. Yes. 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 Your go. Your go. Yes. It's kind of like we're playing Commander in Modern at the moment, and it's working. Opponent. Ledger Shredder. Gotta have something to sack to the Sheoldred. Oh, this is where it gets real bad for our opponent, though, because we get to reanimate. Dress. Okay. Dress down to remove the abilities. Well, let's, okay. Exile the counter spell, draw a card. Oh no, the dress down's gonna be out, so we can't do it yet. Okay. We gotta wait one more turn. Opponent. Trying to stay alive desperately with their dress down. We untap. Damnation. Not casting that. Go to combat. Hit ya. Opponent takes 6. Yeah, let's do some things. Exile Lightning Bolt. Draw a card. Yes. Cling to dust. Oh, we dress down. All right, pass the turn. Oh, we could potentially have all the Sheoldreds on the battlefield. Opponent. Gonna sack the Ledger Shredder because Sheoldred Whispering one actually a card. Actually a card. Expressive. Opponent's not giving up. They're not giving up. They're not giving up. Did we break it? Did we break it with Sheoldred Tribal? Hey, kitty. How are you? Come here, kitty. Come say hi to everyone. An opponent scoops it up. Hey, kitty. How are you? Say hi to the people. Can you say hello? Show them how you meow so obnoxiously. You have such an obnoxious meow sometimes, kitty. You do. Here's Cece. How are you, Cece? How are you? Yeah. Oh, geez, let me set you down. She always goes jumping. I try to set her down and she just springs forth. Oh, I mean, I guess cats always land on their feet, but yeah, I mean, Sheoldred Whispering one can still get got by Unholy Heat, which is a bit sad, but that went pretty well. That went pretty well. I'm sure. Oh man, I'm sure. You know who thinks I have an obnoxious meow? I'm sure. If I ever get murdered in my sleep, and you're trying to figure out who did it, or I disappear or something, check with the person who edits my articles. I'm pretty sure they must hate me at this point. There's always every time, every article, it's the same. Like I added so many comments. I added so many commas. No, 10 is written out, not the numbers. Every time for years. I feel so bad. I don't know the person that edits articles. I feel bad for them because I'm pretty sure wherever they are, they just sit around and stew about how I keep making the same mistakes and never learn from them. Baron CC emotes is a good idea. I could get behind that. Cece is short for so cute. She is a pretty cute cat. I will give her credit for that. Oh, that Cece's already in charge. I think she knows. It took her like a week to just take over everything. All right, what do we want against this deck is the question. We actually need to sideboard at some point. Shadow of the Doubt might be the card to trim. They're not even a particularly, like, super searchy deck. Maybe, like, Inquisition seems good. Thought Distortion could be a blowout. Let's just try it like that. Let's try it like that. Could we do a Sheoldred thing in Arena, but in a Devotion style deck? Yeah, I think if I was going to do Sheoldred Tribal on Arena, I think that's the direction I would go. Some sort of mono black Devotion shell. Is there a way to be a Nick Fit deck in Modern? The biggest thing we're missing, oh, it's the saddest Cabal coffers. The biggest thing we're missing to do a Nick Fit deck is Veteran Explorer. That's a card that I really, 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 really hope shows up in the next Modern Horizons. That's the missing piece. If we can get, I mean, I guess also Cabal Therapy, but the biggest one by far is Veteran Explorer. So I really hope we actually get Veteran Explorer in a future Modern Horizon set. All right, opponent gets to draw from the bauble. Well, we got Sheoldreds playing the land past the turn. Yeah, like Veteran Explorer is what makes Nick Fit Nick Fit. Like without Veteran Explorer, you can't really. So Nick Fit is a legacy archetype. It's kind of a weird take on a ramp deck that's built mostly around the card Veteran Explorer. 1 mana 1/1 that when it dies, each player can tutor out 2 basic lands. Opponent's drawn 2 basics. That's actually probably going to be a problem for our opponent. Yeah, that might be an issue. We know our opponent's only got 3 basics, right? We learned that last game. All right, well, yeah. Demolition Field. Blow it up. Next Field of Ruins a Strip Mine, or it should be at least. Grab a Swamp. Opponent, no red mana. Strip Mines and Sheoldreds. What could be better? So Nick Fit, yeah, the main plan is to use Veteran Explorer to ramp. You play it and you sacrifice it, and then you usually ramp into Thragtusk, Grave Titans, like pick a random thing and you can ramp into it. RBS. That's one of the things that makes the archetype pretty cool though, is it plays cards that no other legacy deck plays. That's what makes Nick Fit what I enjoy about it. There's actually a video when we did a Panharmonicon deck in Legacy. That was kind of in a Nick Fit shell, and we went 4-1 playing a straight up Legacy Panharmonicon deck. Ooh, Veteran Explorer. Would that fit the theme of Lord of the Realms? I feel like it could. But why is it called Nick Fit? I don't think I've ever heard the origin of the name. So that's actually debated. There's two main schools of thought on the origin of Nick Fit. One of them is that it was actually nice fit, and it referred to the synergies of the deck. But the person who wrote the original article about it typoed the post on, I think it was MTG The Source was the website back in the day, but they typoed the name is Nick Fit and it stuck. So that's one theory. The other theory has to do with smoking, and that like people who smoked would play it because the matches would end quickly enough that they could get a smoke break between rounds so they wouldn't have a nicotine fit. I don't know which one is actually true, but that's the magic lore on Nick Fit names. Yeah, I think we just keep exiling, keeping the graveyard clean. We might maybe play a Sheoldred. Like, keeping the spells out of the graveyard does mean that our opponents... I mean, I guess Murktide's not very scary either way at this point. Maybe this is a decent matchup. I feel like we're doing pretty well here. Yeah, let's Coffers. Yeah, I guess we just Coffers and pass for now. Coffers pass. About it. The second one sounds made up. Yeah, I mean they both are pretty out there. Like, what are the chances you typo? You create a new archetype that you're hyped about and you typo the name and it sticks. Sylvan Plug, that one I don't know. What actually is Sylvan Plug? I don't even know that one. Is that an actual archetype? Mike the Mailman, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. Fatal Push. At some point, we want to get some cards out of our hands so we can... Well, I guess we just pass. Yeah, at some point, we'd like to get cards out of our hands so we can Castle Lockwayne, but... I guess we just sit on infinite removal until our opponent starts doing something. Like, the nice thing about sitting on this hand is eventually we're going to draw more swamps and just make a ridiculous amount of mana. Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay, that's something we can kill at least. Opponent. Murktide Regent. Well, okay, Fatal Push DRC. Opponent gets a Murktide. Sheoldred's Edict. The Murktide. And, okay, Murktide also down. Up. Boy, we're just picking them apart. We're picking apart the best deck in the modern format right now. March O' Wretched Sorrows past the turn. I like drawing cards, but I don't know if we can take 7 against Murktide. That's, even for me, that's pushing it. That's pushing it. That's a little much. Hey, what's up, Too? How are you? Deck name origins, I think, are pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure is creativity number 1. I feel like Murktide's still number 1. Oh no, opponent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god. All right, we're doing it. We are doing it. Wait, did that just let us tap this coffers for mana? Oh, I see. It's tapping for mana because of the swamps. That makes sense. Well, yeah, we'll take 6. Sure. We didn't want that 6 life. Hey, what's up, dude? How are you? Good to see you. We're playing some Sheoldred Tribal today. Sheoldred Tribal in Modern. Getting Blood Moon at the moment. Oh my god. We have literally drawn every single Sheoldred. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna start casting them. Sheoldred 1. Not even anything to edict, just run it out there. Run out the Sheoldred. Opponent. I mean, this also cuts back on our opponent's blue mana quite a bit. Well, okay. Sheoldred down. Pass the turn. Oh yeah, we have many cards to pitch to March. Opponent Expressive Iteration gonna draw some cards. Is this an against the odds deck? I don't know. I mean, Sheoldred Tribal sounds like an against the odds deck, but so far the deck actually feels pretty good. It actually feels like pretty competitive. Opponent. Dragon Rage Shuttler. Sure. Well, we untap. Knight's Whisper. Well, draw some cards. Opponent. Okay, Invasive Surgery. To counter it. Okay. Oh, and it turns on the DRC. Well, okay. Sheoldred's Edict. Get rid of the DRC. Opponent Spell Pierces. Wait, we can just pay for this. Yes, we will pay for the Spell Pierce. No, you played a Blood Moon, opponent. You played a Blood Moon. I think our opponent got by their own Blood Moon. They were trying to tap for blue mana. They forgot about it. Okay, it kills one of our many Sheoldreds. Untaps. And Murktides. Maybe. Pump Fakes. I mean, with only 2 blue sources, the Sheoldreds lines up pretty well against the Murktides. Murktide. Opponent, passing. Well, we got a Sheoldred for that. We got a Sheoldred for that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sheoldred. Out of here, Murktide. Maybe Sheoldred's just good. Ah! Pona scoops it up! Pona scoops it up! Sheoldred! Better than Wait, did we break it? Did we actually break it? We don't get to see Sheoldred flip that much because opponents just scoop, but we're 2-0. We're 2-0. We might actually be winning. Yeah, Sheoldred actually seems really good in this deck. Like, surprisingly good in this deck. To the point where we're even going to update the record. 2-0. 2-0 with Sheoldred Rival. A reminder, if you need some Sheoldreds, you can get them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTG Goldfish. I mean, we did flip Sheoldred in game 1. We lose our dedicated combo, though. Probably. Like, I wouldn't want to play against, like, Storm or something, no. that style of combo deck. Thankfully, like, Modern is... I mean, there are certainly combo decks, but a lot of the combo decks, or the decks that play like combo decks, a lot of them are like putting things on the battlefield, like Hammer Time, or in fact, there's not a whole lot of like Storm style spell-based combo anymore. Even like Creativity, you're putting Archons on the battlefield. So maybe our removal will do better against the popular combo decks than we'd think. But yeah, something like Storm or whatever, we're not gonna have any luck there. Well, not keeping this in. Well, all right, sure. Maybe the Shadow of Doubt can get him. He has a lot going to the bottom. Well, here we go. Yeah, I wonder if we play against Rhinos at some point. Rhinos is pretty popular. It seems possible. All right, opponent Inquisition. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you liked it, Delphi Guru. Or yeah, if you haven't seen it, I did do a video explaining modern combos. I always get questions. One of the things I've noticed even from the stream is sometimes we'll play against a combo deck and I'll scoop and someone will be like, wait, like, how does the combo actually work? You should have sat through it because I haven't actually seen this before. And I realized maybe that's good information to have out there. Just like as a resource where people, if you're playing against a deck you haven't seen before or whatever, you can just click on that video and see what the basics of the combo is. Hello from New York, Marcos. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. How is France? Oh, how are things in France? Occasionally over here, there's news about like something to do with like retirement age or something and protests. Is that still a big thing in France, or has that been solved in some way or another? Well, Field of Ruin, go. Yeah, Rhinos. For some, I don't know about Rhinos. Like, they're all Cascade decks. They're all Cascade decks. To me, like, those decks all feel kind of the same. Like, Rhinos, Living End, Restore Balance. Any of those decks, they're all, like, kind of the same thing. Just, like, Cascade into whatever and do the thing. Archmage's Charm. Opponent is not targeting us, okay. Opponent, on control by the looks. Not as popular, but got a really kick out of your Matcha Brew, Persist, Station, Other Piece, Mono White, Persist combo deck. Ooh, yeah. That deck is sweet. That deck actually performed pretty well, too. We might have to revisit that one. I have a video idea for you, though I think Plus the Kenobi already did it. Enter a Modern League with, like, 2019 Gift Storm and see how you do in a league. That could be fun. What about going further back? What about doing, like, 2015 Modern? Yeah, blow up the Hall of the Storm Giants, hopefully. I would like to do all the Praetor Tribal. We might do a Praetor Tribal against the odds poll. Tomorrow against the odds is Yargle. But maybe we do a Praetor Tribal against the odds poll and let people vote, because I think it could be pretty interesting. Ooh, Sheoldred. Yeah, I don't think we Sheoldred yet. I feel like it just gets countered past the turn. Boy, these are going to be some grindy games. Liked your combo video yesterday. Can we play Thopter Sword in Modern? Want to see if it can hold up in 2023. I'd be down with doing some Thopter Swording at some point. That is a cool deck. Thopter Sword is a really cool combo. It shows up on occasion. Every once in a while you see it in like the league results. But that could be a good one to revisit. Wow, are we taking 6? I think we are. Yeah, this hurts. But we did hit our land drop, so that's helpful. And even more land drops. Well, Field of Ruin. Go. Opponent. How many basics are you playing, Esper Control? How many basics are you playing? That is the question. Have we achieved Strip Mines yet? Opponent gets a tap land. Untaps. What do you think of Ardent Plea in a Cascade deck? Ardent Plea is good. It really just depends on your colors, but it's basically as good as any of the other 3-mana Cascade spells. So if you're in the right colors for it, it is a good option. All right, come on, Strip Mine. 1 basic. Let's hope they're on 1 basic. Pull up your Watery Grave. Grab a Swamp. All right, another basic. Well, okay, let's try this again. 2 basics. Only 2 islands. How about that? Blow up your Watery Grave. And are we out? Are we out? Oh, they're even playing a Swamp. Okay, unfortunate. Unfortunate. Well, Demolition Field. Go. You should try Bring to Light with Ether Snap Battle Deck. Most fun I've had in Modern in years. I definitely want to play a battle Ether Snap deck. That was another thing I was thinking of for maybe an Against the Odds. Found it, gonna draw some cards. But that's definitely on my list. Let me see what your list looks like, Calvin. Opponent. Cycles Rafine's Tower. Sure. I mean, at some point we're going to cast Invoke Despairs, I think. Sunken Ruins. And opponent going to pass. Well, okay. You know what we'd really like is a Cabal Coffers. That would be sweet. Sooner or later, our opponent's got to be running out of lands here. This is the 4th Field of Ruin effect. Not yet. Yes, we will use it. All right, grab a Swamp. Opponent. What's up with all those basics, opponent? What is up with that? Well, exile Archmage's Charm. Draw a card. Shadow of Doubt. Well, all right, pass the turn. Missing our land drop's not the most optimal. What a weird standoff of neither deck really doing much of anything. Opponent. So far, the Shadow of Doubts have not really gotten anyone, which is kind of disappointing. Opponent. Kaya's Guile. Exile the graveyard. Okay, sure. So opponent successfully made a 1/1. Yes, you got us. I mean, the thing is, Shadow of Doubt impacts both players, keep in mind. So if we go that direction, we also go down a land. I guess that does make it like kind of an actual Strip Mine, but all right, down to 13. Well, let's March of Wretched Sorrow. Kill the token. Untap. Well, play Sheoldred. Time to start doing things. We can't do nothing forever. Do you have an arena version of this deck, Bill? I don't. I guess you could do very, very much the same thing. Like, even most of the cards exist, but you do most of the same thing in a Devotion Shell. I think the biggest change is, if you try to do it with Nykthos, a lot of the spells are going to have to become permanent. So you're going to need more, like, Gifted Aetherborns and so forth, rather than... Ooh. Wow. Okay. Actually pretty good. Snapcaster. Snapcaster Mage. Okay. Opponent's gonna kill our Sheoldred. Wow. Kaya's Guile Snapcaster. What is happening? Opponent. Uh-huh. So yeah, we could definitely build a version, I think. I think it's definitely possible to build a functional version on Arena with all the Sheoldreds. Just gonna have to rebuild it to make Nykthos work. Yeah, it does kind of feel like 2015 the way this match is playing out. Yeah, this is the first time I've seen a Snapcaster in Modern in a while. No one really plays it anymore, but our opponent's giving it a go. I mean, that's, I guess, part of the charm of Modern. And I think we even said that about Snapcaster. It's not like Snapcaster is, you know, unplayable. It's just not as good compared to the rest of the format as it used to be. So it's not like Snapcaster suddenly is, you know, Grizzly Bears or something. Yeah, it could be fun to try an Arena at some point. We could definitely give it a shot. Opponent takes the Edict. Well, this is where if our opponent sticks it to Fairy, we're in trouble. This is a matchup where all of our removal's not very appealing. We have some decent sideboard options, I think. About it. What do you got? Teferi Time Raveler. Opponent. We also haven't hit a Coffers to make a bunch of mana, which is not great either. Wow, opponent's still going to town. Inquisition. Takes the Edict. You know they got a counterspell. You know what that is. But, I mean, I don't think we have a choice but to do this. Invoke Despair. Opponent, counterspell. Ooh, our win streak might be about to end. To Snapcaster in 2023 of all things. Basically, Snapcaster's not unplayable, it's just not optimal anymore. That's a good way to put it. Opponent, Flooded Strand. Opponent's got a bunch of discard too. What is our... This is the most crimmy deck, my god. Timeless Dragon. This is like the most crim deck I've ever seen. Opponent gets in, hits us. Night's Whisper. Well, we're gonna cast it. I mean, we're pretty dead here. Demolition Field. All right, this is it. No Coffers this game. Could not find the Coffers. Invoke Despair. Do you have another counter? Looks like... Yeah, here's... Opponent's got the MH2. MH2 All-Star Timeless Dragon. I mean, you gotta have MH2 to compete, right? There's no option. We have Cabal Coffers, which is technically MH2. Wow, it's actually resolving. All right. I don't know how we beat this Timeless Dragon, but we did resolve and invoke. We are quickly dying to a... We're dying to MH2. We're dying to MH2 when it comes down to it. Technically, opponent's actually just another dirty MH2 player. Opponent. Yeah, plane cycling is sweet, but it is a cool card. Oh, more to fairies. Opponent. Yeah, opponent's playing a ridiculous amount of basics, which is unfortunate. Makes it tough for us to do our land destruction plan. Maybe it's 4. 4 could be a possible number, but that's still such a high number. Swamp, not gonna help. Well, Knight's Whisper. Down to 2. We gotta draw an answer to the dragon or we're just dead. Is it? I mean, it seems like a fine control card. Like, cycle it, get a dual land. Cycle it, get a dual land. Then later in the game, you can put it back into play, opponent. All right, draws more counters. Well, Shadow of Doubt. We're in full-on desperation mode here. Fatal Push. Not good. Yeah, we do have a lot of dead cards. Well, let's see if our opponent has 5 basics. Really? D&T plays it? This might be the one. Oh. We didn't even get to check because we played Shadow of Doubt. So our opponent couldn't search anyway. All right, what do we got against Crim? When you run into the Crim, how do you beat a Crim deck? I mean, I think the big answer is Thought Distortion. Thought Distortion, I think, just like ruins our opponent's day. If we can somehow get to it, it should be really good. We get to go down most of these horrible Fatal Pushes. Maybe all the horrible Fatal Pushes. Thought Distortion's a big one. I think this deck has some, like, interesting consistency issues. Maybe the answer is playing, like Urza Saga to get expedition maps. The games when you have Coffers and Urborg are very explosive. The games where you don't draw them are much fairer. Perhaps even too fair in some situations. All right, maybe something like this. Is Warping Whale worth it? Probably not. Kozilek? Eh, all right, whatever. Run it like that. I mean, opponent's not even that far behind on time. Ooh. All right, can't keep the one lander. I don't know how this deck has so many land issues, considering we have 25 lands. I don't know how we're always, like, just constantly struggling to hit lands. Opponent. No Cavern for Sheoldred. I mean, normally you don't run into the Crim player, but... So I think... the challenge is, so Urborg's legendary. So playing 4 of them is risky, because then you get hands where you have like 3 of them or 2 of them and have to mulligan, or you just like draw too many of them. In Cabal Coffers, really, really powerful, but we've also seen, until you get it set up, it's actually kind of rough because it doesn't make mana. So if you have hands where you have like land coffers, like you can't really do anything with that either. So there's risk, essentially. There's some risk built into the plan because of how those cards work. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's a mono black thing. Maybe mono black just doesn't like lands. It still might be worth going up to the full 4, but I think it adds there's another layer of consistency issues, sort of, if you add more. Well, let's start blowing up lands. Putting swamps into play. Thinning the deck. Demolitions feels weird. I don't know why it's formatted differently than Field of Ruin, the way people search. For some reason, the opponent searches first. Well, all right, draw a card. Well, okay, Castle Lockwain's actually kind of decent. Well, Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. What do you got about it? I could see playing like a one-of Cavern, maybe. One of the first videos I saw you do was a Demon Flang. Still one of my favorite decks you've ever made. Have you ever thought about doing it in Historic, using Lord of Extinction in place of Demon? Ooh, I actually kind of forgot that. I kind of forgot that Lord of Extinction was actually in Historic. That actually does sound fun. I remember that deck. That was a really cool deck. Opponent. Teferi. Okay. And are we Desperately drawing a card here. Oh, takes up. Okay. Opponent passes. Well, play the swamp. Inquisition you. Oh my goodness. Yay. Hooray. Hooray. Well, each player selects a planeswalker. That hand, my god. Counterspell, 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 Snapcaster, Snapcaster. Oh dear. Oh dear me. Oh dear me. Well, Castle Lockwain. And I mean, I guess we play a Sheoldred. At this point, we kind of want to just get empty-handed for... We kind of want to get empty-handed for the Castle Lockwain. About it. Gonna Mystical Dispute it. We will not pay the 3. Okay, counter 1. Counter 1 down. Counter 1. Yeah, Thought Distortion would be so good if we can find it. We have 2 of them for the blowouts. Ooh, opponent draws a land. Okay, opponent drawing lands is not great. Not great. Rolf Stop. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I recently played against a spicy deck right up your alley. It used to be Offspring's Vengeance. It used Offspring's Vengeance to reanimate Tree of Perdition. Ooh. Yeah, that's a super cool idea, to put your opponent down to 1 and then kill them in any number of ways. Yeah, that's a super cool idea. I can't remember. Does anyone remember the standard piece? There was a card in standard alongside Tree of Perdition. Yeah, it's passed for now. There was a card in standard alongside Tree of Perdition that would like exile something from the graveyard or 2 things from the graveyard, and you like got a copy of one. It was Soul something. And you could do a similar thing. That was like the standard way that you could make like a small Tree of Perdition that could burn people out of the game. I can't Soul Separator, maybe something like that. It was a very janky like 3 or 4 mana artifact. Drift it. Soul Separator. Yes. Okay, that is the one. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, opponent. Just running out the Snapcaster. Sure. Opponent. Untaps. Goes to combat. Getting in. Hits us to 18. Sure. And opponent. Passing. Well, March of Wretched Sorrow. Kill the Snapcaster, maybe. We just want to draw with the Lockwain. See if we can find that Thought Distortion for the full blowout. Well, 1, 2, 3. Draw a card. Cast a Lockwain. Yeah, it is a super flavorful card. Oh. Okay. Yes. Oh boy. Oh, I'm getting the chills. I am getting the chills. Opponent. How would you like a little Thought Distortion? Oh my goodness, that's a blowout. That is a blowout. Oh, that's what you get for trying to crim us. Opponent going to consider. Narset's Reverse would be hilarious. I couldn't even get mad if we got Narset Reversal there. Hey, what's up, music? Happy Tuesday to you. Good to see you. Okay. Opponent found another Snapcaster. Okay, so opponent has 2 Snapcasters and a land in hand. Well, that's one way to get rid of all those counters. We found a way. They can flash in the Snapcaster, but we have the Sheoldred. If our opponent doesn't draw something, that's not the land that they had, right? That's a new one? Oh, that is the same one. Opponent plays land untapped. No. No. Oh, guys just ain't trapped. Okay, well, hopefully Sheoldred holds here. That is a clock. That is an actual clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Sheoldred. Night's Whisper. Draw some cards. Gain some life thanks to Sheoldred. And Demolition Field. And let's, again, Night Whisper. Draw some cards. Gain some life. Pass the turn. Up to 21. Sheoldred power. Another Sheoldred in hand. Oh, man. Are we going to beat the Crim deck? Yeah, we're gonna start blowing up lands. Although, we do know they have basics still. Thoughtseize for our opponent. So they can Thoughtseize, Snapcaster Thoughtseize, but we still have the Sheoldred. I mean, the Sheoldred's going to hold down the ground. The Sheoldred is multiples. Takes a Sheoldred, Snapcaster. I mean, I assume they take the Night's Whisper here. But still, Sheoldred the Apocalypse, doing work. Yeah, we've played a lot of old school cards in today's league. There has been a lot of, like, 2015 cards about it. Thoughtseize. Takes a Night's Whisper. Well, we know our opponent's hand. It's a Snapcaster. Wow, this is a very, like, 2015 control deck. Well, gain some life. Cling to Dust. Exile land. Draw a card. Gain some life. Ooh, I mean, I think we're going to go for it. Blow up a land. Get a swamp. Blow up a land. Get a swamp. Play the Demolition Field. Pass the turn. Actually, I guess we attack. Yeah, if our opponent wants to put their entire team in front of Sheoldred, I guess that's fine. Opponent chumps with Snapcaster. We pass the turn. Opponent drops to 6. They need a big top deck. I mean, if we Shadow of Doubt, we also don't get to get lands. Like, this hits both players, remember. Maybe it's worth it. Although we also like lands because we want to be able to cast Sheoldreds. So I don't know if we actually want, like, we would rather strip mine where we're getting the lands and our opponent's not by running them out of basics. That's the ideal world, but yeah, I think it would have been fine here, I guess, to Shadow first and everyone lose lands. We've seen one flip Sheoldred because no one actually lets us do it. We also learned that, we did learn that Thought Distortion is very good. Very, very good against our opponent's deck. Not bad at all. Shadow of Doubt doesn't seem good, though. Let's try a Warping Whale. Run it like that. If you think Shadow in Blow is back... If you think Shadow and Blow up Black Source... And win with Sheoldred, either way you win anyway. Yeah, that's true. Ooh. Oh, we actually got the... Okay, we actually have the Coffers draw here, which is kind of exciting. We haven't had a Coffers Urbar draw in a minute. We need something to go with it, but those are the pieces. Hey, happy Tuesday, Jaguar. How are you? We could reasonably cast a a Sheoldred with this deck. Oh my god. Or the Kozilek. Oh, that's a big one. That is a big draw. Urborg. Go. I mean, Coffers into Quick Thought Distortion could be deadly for our opponent. If we can do that before they start putting Planeswalkers on the battlefield, that would be spectacular. We've seen Inquisitions. I guess we saw Thoughtseize last game too, but we've seen more Inquisitions than Thoughtseizes, so maybe they can't hit it? Opponent. Passing. Well, let's Cling to Dust, draw a card. Yeah, March of Wretched Sorrow's fine. Demolition Field. Go. Opponent. Hey, what's up, Winzo? How are you? Good to see ya. Yeah, this sweet. We got the land destruction, we got the removal, and we got the thought distortion. Opponent. Untaps. I mean, if they run out like a Geist of Saint Draft, we do get to just Edict it. We're actually... Sheoldred's Edict's actually pretty good. We come prepared. To Fairy. Alright. Well, that's a little annoying, but sure. Opponent. Gonna draw the card while they can. Opponent. Passes. Well, Play Coffers. Play Coffers. I think we just March a Wretched Sorrow. Get rid of the Teferi. Kill it. I mean, when do we get to... What are we, 2 turns away from Thought Distortion? We're getting close. We're getting closer. Pass the turn. Well, we can't cast... Once Teferi's on the battlefield, we can't cast spells. Only as sorceries. So we had to wait until it was our turn. Because of Teferi's static ability, unfortunately. Oh, opponent found the Thoughtseize to stay alive. Just barely. Oh, that Thought Distortion. Opponent takes it. Yeah, opponent. They found the answer to not die immediately. Opponent. Passing. Demolition Field. Well, play the Field of Ruin. I guess we pass and just start attacking the mana base. Wait, 1, 2. We can only do 1. Knight's Whisper would be nice, but I feel like it gets countered. Is there a way around that? Yeah, let's wait a turn. Let's wait. Pass the turn. Speaking of walkers, any thoughts on the Aftermath legendary creatures that used to be planeswalkers? I'm wondering if planeswalkers are going to leave tribal as a card type, since it was meshed with commander, it'd be better with Battle System replacement. I would be surprised. My expectation is it's just a one-time thing for this set in specific. I would be surprised if we really didn't see planeswalkers anymore. That would kind of shock me. Opponent's gonna float a mana. Well, blow up your land. Get a swamp. Opponent considers. I mean, what do you all think? Do you think it's possible? Oh yeah, we have the Urborg, so they have black mana. Do you think it's possible that they actually get rid of planeswalkers? Like really, truly hardcore, gone forever? Well, Demolition Field. I mean, they're too important to Wizards, right? Like, planeswalkers sell packs, they bring in players. I just can't imagine it. I can't imagine a world where they actually disappear. I still feel like our Night Whisper just gets countered. I wish we could do multiple things in a turn. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's just pass. Keep attacking the mana. See if we can run our opponent out of basics eventually. Opponent. That's the goal. I mean, here's an interesting question. I would be absolutely shocked if they got rid of planeswalkers. Would it make the game better? I don't even know if it would at this point. Like There's some people that pine for the old days, the good old days before planeswalkers were a thing. But I don't think that's actually necessarily a better time for the game overall. Like, yes. Wow, untap land. Interesting. I don't know if the game was overall in a better place back then. Wandering Emperor. Sure. Opponent. I assume is going to make a 2/2. We will make a bunch of coffers mana. Each opponent sacks a planeswalker. Demolition field. Blow up your land. Get a swamp. Oh, they have a plains too. Jeez. All right, opponent. They are playing an ample number of basics. Hopefully this is it. Okay. Blow up your hallowed fountain. You get a swamp. I mean, those are the 4 that we knew about. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully that's it. That's all. And hopefully we draw some something. Opponent. Cycles a timeless dragon. Will not give up, this opponent. They will not give up. Here's a maybe more interesting question. Hey man, recently trying to get back into MTG and playing the online. Wait, did I miss the end of that? Recently trying to get back into MTG, playing the online version. Hey, awesome, Par. I play the online version a lot. I'm a big fan. Are you playing Arena or Magic Online? The biggest issue with them is design space is narrow, and most casual players will never see one due to the rarity. As for enfranchised players, they either lead to miserable dominance or cards are largely irrelevant in Standard. I'm still not sure about that stat. I remember that Mark Rosewater thing about 75% of people not seeing Planeswalkers. Didn't they build Planeswalker decks specifically for new players for many years? I do not understand how they can build those decks specifically for new players and have new players not know what they are. Like, that's the part that blows my mind, that I can't really understand how both of those things can be true at the same time. Opponent, land. And Snapcaster Mage for, I assume, Thoughtseize. All right. Yep. Well, we're going to need some action. We've picked apart our opponent's mana base. Our opponent's about out of action, but they can take our Night's Whisper and then, yeah, who knows? Opponent. Passing. Ooh, Sheoldred. I mean, that might get countered, but seems worthwhile. Field of Ruin. Cabal Coffers. Make some mana. Cast Sheoldred. Let's see if you have a counter. Wait, is this Drought in the Lock? What do they have? What do they have? I think the question I have is, are we still going to get infinite legends? Like, do you think there's still going to be a ton of legends, or were the huge amount of legends we've gotten in the last like year or so, was that part of this storyline? Was this, because we led up to this big legendary thing, there's been some legendary themes with like Dominaria United, legendary theme with March of the Machines and the team up cards. Do you think that's just the norm at this point? Well, okay, 1, 2, 3. Cling to dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of the Timeless Dragon. about it. What is this card that they have? I'm so oh, wow. Wow, it was drowned in the lock. They just let it go. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, let's see who top decks. Opponent taps. They get back their Timeless Dragon at some point. Can we beat a Timeless Dragon? What else do they have? All we have is a Sheoldred's Edict. And a lot of mana if we ever find something to do with it. Could use a Castle Lock, Wade. Haven't we had like 30 legends per set since OG Commander Legends? Even more than that, I think, in some sets, but... Our opponent, yeah, they are full on Crimp Pile. No doubt. That Drown in the Lock, no mill, just like we're just playing it. If it's a good control card, it's in our deck and it's gonna work out. Opponent, Rafine's Tower. Well, we can blow that up. Opponent cracks it. They gotta be getting back to this Timeless Dragon at some point. Big Teferi is probably the scariest thing. Opponent, Godless Shrine. Oh my god, it's just Timeless Dragon. Oh, wait, we get to flip it. We get to flip it. They have enough cards. We get to flip it. We do get to flip it. And that is big. Oh my goodness, and that is also big. Well, Cabal, okay, hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Swamp. Cabal Coffers. Make some mana. Let's flip this. Sheoldred flip. Blow up the Timeless Dragon. Field of Ruin. Blow up the Rafine's Tower. Get a Swamp. And pass the turn. Oh my goodness, True Scriptures. Can our opponent kill it? Can our opponent stop the True Scriptures? That's the backside of Sheoldred. About it. Can you stop it? Can you beat it? Tapping mana, 4 mana, 5 mana. Teferi, Hero of Domination. Oh, they must be tucking it. But that's kind of okay, because we get to... Each opponent sacks a Planeswalker. Get rid of the Teferi. Sheoldred will return. And we still have big Sheoldred. Opponent gets in, hits us down to 17. Demolition Field. Activate it. Blow up your land. Strip mine. Finally. This does shuffle away our Sheoldred, but I think that's okay. So we get the strip mine. Then we Cabal Coffers. We play big Sheoldred. And then we cling to dust. Get rid of... I don't even know. Consider? Drowned in the Lock? Let's go consider. An opponent scoops it up! Ah! Sheoldred Tribal! Sheoldred Tribal! We're just here modern flipping Sheoldreds. Casted Sheoldred Whispering ones, and it's actually working. It is actually working. All right, 3-0. The puppies get a treat, and the kitties, both of them. The pets, the kids get a snack. Treasure chest achieve. Wait, are we gonna 5-0 with this? Is that possible? Is OG Sheoldred busted? Like, I mean, if we can get our opponent out of cards, so our opponent can't kill the big Sheoldred, it does just take over games. Let's we're going on to the next desktop. Avert your eyes. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too messy at the moment. Let's look at Kelvin's deck. I do want to try. This is Kelvin's Ether Snap deck. This is a deck that definitely got to play on against odds. I don't know if it'll be this exact build, but the combo of Ether Snap in battles, I just want to see how many battles I can flip. I just want to see Ether Snap, 5-mana sorcery, gets rid of all tokens and it removes all counters from all permanents. So if you play enough battles, you just cast that and like flip everything at once. I don't know why some of the numbers on here are weird, but it's definitely something. The deck looks sweet, Calvin. It definitely does. How is the like Niv to Light Shell been for it? I mean, I guess it's nice that you can consistently find the Ether Snap with Bring to Light. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly the way I was going to build it, but No Dark Steps in Modern. It's banned. Yeah, Cemetery Desecrator is a sleeper. Being able to use it to flip a battle is really sweet. It's one of the only cards in Standard. It might be the only card in Standard that can kind of do a Vampire Hexmage thing. Why would we run Dark Depths? What can we do to remove counters? Wait. Ether Snap Dark Depths would be a combo, right? Dark Depths wants the counters removed. Dark Depths, ETB is 10 ice counters, pay 3, remove an ice counter. When it has no ice counters on it, sack it and make a Merit Lage, 2020, blah, 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 indestructible flying. So if you could play this, which you can't because it's banned in Modern, but if you could, you Ether Snap, it'd remove all the counters, you get the 2020. So it doesn't usually see play in Legacy because there's just easier ways to do it. Yeah, Landline Binding's real good. That card's very, very, very strong. All right, let's see if we can keep the Sheoldred rolls going. Yeah, we'll try this. Two Sheoldreds, 2 lands, as many. Wow, what a weird hand. 2 Sheoldreds, 2 lands, 2 Night's Whispers, and an Evoke Despair. Yeah, Dark Depths is kind of a Legacy staple. It's very good in Legacy. I wonder. I'm skeptical of Dark Depths in Modern. I know that's one we've talked about before. Like, oh, could we unban it? I'm definitely on the no side, I think. Like, yes, there's answers for it now compared to what there were a few years ago. But it is like, think of Ragavan and how Ragavan, like, interesting. What is this, Living End? Think of Ragavan and how Ragavan is like, oh, if I get hit by it a couple times, I'm going to lose the game and it's a 1-drop. Dark Depths is like that on like super duper steroids. You literally lose the game in 1 attack. It is just like straight up lose the game in a single attack, which I think is just too much. I think it's just too much pressure. Like I don't think we want that much pressure. Oh boy, Living End. Like I don't think we want decks that put people to the test that quickly. Oh dear. Well, win streak coming to an end. Jeez. Grief into double cycle, into hit the force negation, into we're mana screwed. Yep. All right. So what do we have that can actually stop Living End? Oh, these Cascade decks. I love Shardless Agent. It's a cool card. Not sure it was correct to add to Modern, though. I feel like these Cascade decks have been the biggest offender in making Modern into a turn 3 format instead of a turn 4 format. Found it. More griefs. Like, everything just happens so quickly in Modern now that it's kind of nostalgic to look at, like, yeah, we do have all the Sheoldreds in hand. Our opponent hilariously doesn't want to take them because then we get to put them into play, but we don't have any way to discard them. I mean, or... Shadow of Doubt. All right. Well, at some point, maybe we can get the Misty when our opponent goes to crack it. About it. Because their deck is full of cyclers, they're going to find it. They're going to find what they need eventually. Like, that's just how Living End works. About it. Misty. Wow. And passes. We are back to our old not drawing land ways. Opponent cracks. Well, we're going to attempt to Shadow it out, but I think we're just dead. Like, our opponent should be able to crack again in response, and they still... Wow, how did they play... Wait. Did our opponent just play around the Shadow it out that they didn't know we had? Did they wait until they drew a second fetch land so they could fetch and respawn? Huh. That was a really weird... No, we drew it after the grief, right? Maybe Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we drew it. Maybe we drew it. Maybe we had it in hand when the grief came down. I could be wrong. I was thinking it was I was thinking we drew it the turn after, but I might be wrong. Well, Sheoldred, number 1. If our opponent, I mean, I guess our opponent never hit a cascade spell anyway. That was just weird sequencing. I don't know why they went on this big battle of like. Okay, another grief. I don't know why they went on this big battle of cracking those fetch lands. I'm just confused by how this game's going now. About it. Passes. All right, land for Sheoldred. Land for Sheoldred. All right, that's a land for Sheoldred. I mean, maybe our opponent just never draws anything. Actually, is Invoke better? Maybe Invoke is better. I mean, no, I think let's Sheoldred. Cast Sheoldred. We might be able to get our opponent into a position where we win even if they living end. Because we hit our opponent to 8. They drop to 6. Wow, we need like one more turn without them going off. Because opponent... Oh! Opponent scoops it up! Opponent scoops it up! Sheoldred power! Sheoldred power! How does Sheoldred keep getting away with this? None of this makes sense. None of this makes any sense. It's funny, I guess our opponent got punished they pitched the Shardless Agent to that Force of Negation to really aggressively counter like card draw spells or whatever, and it seems like they ended up getting punished because of it. Oh wait, Cage. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess we shouldn't bring in Cage. Oh boy. Oh, that gives us very limited. I mean, I guess we can try to counter it with Warp. Like, how do we actually interact with this? We have very limited interaction. So Fatal Push is straight up bad. I mean, really, all of our targeted removal's bad. Damnation's fine. Explosives is bad. Do we have ways? I guess Inquisitions sort of does something. Maybe Inquisition's Warping Whales? Ugh. That's not a great plan, but it's... Yeah, Crage doesn't actually even really work because Living End is really weird. It's worded like Living Death. So the way it actually works is it exiles all the creatures in the graveyard, and then you sacrifice the creatures on the battlefield, then the creatures go from exile into play. So because it's putting the creatures into exile, and then from exile to the battlefield, Grafdigger's Cage actually doesn't do anything. Like, it just keeps creatures from entering the battlefield from the graveyard, so it actually gets around it. Yeah, all the targeted removal is crappy. I wish we had a way to discard some of our own cards. Like, that would be relevant. March at least can gain us life, which might be slightly relevant. I think Thought Distortion's too slow. It doesn't exile creatures anyway. Even like Sundering. I guess this is as good as it gets. Yeah, we don't have any way to discard our own creatures, do we? We're not running like that. Yeah, we don't have enough things to bring in. We have so much targeted removal that I don't think we can take it all out because we don't have better things to bring in. Yeah, we don't have Collective Brutality, though. Ooh. Oh, this hand is so greedy. So, 25 lands. 25. You know what? We're keeping this. This is a high-risk keep, but one land gets us to the Night's Whispers. Warping Whale is one of our best tech pieces, and we got an Inquisition, and we got a Damnation to maybe recover from a Living End. We just need that first land. Come on, Magic Gods. Come on. Oh, Invoke. Invoke is very far away from being a land. Well, Inquisition. Oh, we got to take a living end? Ouch. All right, well, that's one living end down. Go. Opponent, Curator. Cycled. Land untapped. Well, okay. Grief says. Hope you get punished. I actually think this is the right keep. Like, we have very minimal ways that we can interact with our opponent's board. And we actually have those ways in hand. Like, it might not work out, but I think this is the kind of hand where you should keep in the matchup. Opponent cycles a river wider. Cycles an architect. Opponent Spire Bluff Canal and passing. Can we draw a land? Okay, Castle Lockwain. That is a land. That is a land. We will pass the turn. Actually, we have 6 cards. You know what? I think we Night's Whisper. Do we Night's? Yeah, let's Night's Whisper. Oh, God. Still no lands. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's not great. About it. Are you cascading? No cascade? No? Please? Please, no? Yeah. They don't have green yet. Okay, a Tuara. Land. Please. Okay, there's a land. So play the land. Inquisition. Grief, Subtlety, Force of Vigor. Oh, should we just be leaving up Shadow of Doubt? We don't have any creatures to discard to hand size, though. That's the issue. Like, discarding non-creatures doesn't do anything. Discarding non-creatures doesn't do anything. Discarding creatures is very good. Yeah, let's... Yeah, let's pass. I think we're just going to pass and Shadow it out. Ideally, in response to a fetch land, although... Wait, does our opponent know about the Shadow of Doubt? I guess they do need 2 cards, don't they? And they don't have any... You know what? All right, let's actually Night's Whisper. That's a good argument. Night's Whisper. Draw some cards. Pass the turn. Well, we hit enough lands that... Here comes Subtlety. We hit enough lands that if our opponent does Living End... Well, I guess we get griefed. I was gonna say we get to Wrath, but I guess the grief will end up taking it. Opponent gets and hits us. Down to 13. Passes. Shadow of Doubt. I'll play the land. Pass the turn. Ended up being usually games against Living End are not that interesting, but this one actually ended up being pretty interesting. Misty Raid Forest. About it. Goes to combat attacks. Well, March of Wretched Sorrows. Pitch a March of Wretched Sorrows. Kill the Subtlety. Okay, Shadow of Doubt. Oh boy, opponent. Okay, opponent did not play around that one. Not even a little. Ooh, all right. Urborg. Wow, is there a chance we win this? What do we do here? Interesting. Let's Night's Whisper. And pass the turn. Opponent. Yeah, I don't think playing Grief really matters. It's the Cascade we're mostly worried about. Opponent's going to play the Grief. Well, we will Shadow of Doubt, I think. There's an Invoke. Opponent. I've been working on a standard deck. Boros Itali Flicker. It's a ton of fun. Ooh. What are you using to flicker it? Opponent passes. Well, okay. Inquisition you. Take the Shardless Agent. Play. Are we just running out Sheoldred? Is that our best bet? Hope they don't top deck it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can flip it. Invoke is probably better though. Yeah, let's invoke. There's the coffer. Oh my god, there's the coffers. There's the coffers. Oh my goodness, we got a shot. We actually got a shot. Opponent. Did they find Cascade of some kind? Suspends a living end. 3 turns. 3 turns, that's a problem. Can we get there before 3 turns passes? Or do something? Okay. Can we find a way? Oh, this is going to be close. This is going to be close. Yeah, I guess they still need multiple things. They need another color and Cascade, you're right. Teleportation Circle rotated. I know there's a new angel that blanks. There's like Planner Incursion. Do you have a deck list? I'd love to see the deck list, Wall of Chaos, because I think it's a really funny idea. Yeah, the only thing with Damnation... Oh, that actually turns on... That actually turns on the Damnation. Let's invoke... Because we can get rid of the griefs now, which is big. Invoke Despair. Cling to Dust. Get rid of a grief. Cling to Dust. Get rid of a grief. Pass the turn. Oh my goodness, we might be doing this. Opponent takes down the living end. And what did they find? Waker of Waves to go digging. Sure. Foundation Breaker milled. Did they find the green mana? Not yet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cling to Dust. Get rid of the Architect. What a game. Get rid of the Architect. Untap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, opponent. I can't believe this is kind of working. Coffers mana. Sheoldred. Nothing to sack. Coffers mana. Flip Sheoldred. Nothing to blow up. We will cling to dust. Get rid of Waker of Way. Oh, no. Get rid of the Foundation Breaker just in case. Get rid of Foundation Breaker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get rid of it. Pass the turn. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Opponent. Untaps. Living and ticking down. 7 life. I don't know if I've ever seen Living End fizzle this hard. Opponent. Passing. Okay, so we will spend a ton of life to Castle Lockwayne. 5 life. Castle Lockwayne draw. And opponent scoops it up. Wow! 4-0 with Sheoldred Tribal. 4-0. Oh my goodness. I play this list with Sunfalls instead of Depopulates. Wow, the 5-0 Dream is live with I thought this was going to be a pretty beamy deck, honestly. I did not expect us to. Yeah, we're open treasure chests. The kids are eating. I did not expect us to just crush people with this deck. I have to let you know I love your modern combos. As a new modern player, found it very helpful. Learned about new combos I didn't know about. Was great to watch. Hey, thank you, Ev-Osum. I'm glad it's helpful. Why'd you decide against Profane Tutor? Needed more room for Sheoldreds. Who's got room? Who's got room? Oh yeah, I was actually, yeah. There was a very similar deck to this that performed well in one of the Magic Online challenges. It looked very interesting. I think splashing a Tally and also Fable, of course, in mono white actually makes a lot of sense. A Tally is a very good finisher if you can get to it. I will say our opponent ran really, really poorly there. Sandor Karakis, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big Scoop, thank you. Is Sheoldred tribal against odds video? Maybe not. I was thinking the answer would be yes, but we're 4-0. Like, we have one match to go for the 5-0 dream. Yeah, I think we have to do the rest of the Praetor tribals at some point. Okay, so we've done Sheoldred tribal. We have Elesh Norn tribal, Ouroboros tribal, Jin-Gitaxias tribal, and Vorinclex tribal. What would be the best formats in records to go? Formats and builds to go for those. So I would think Elesh Norn. To get all of them, I guess we have to be modern for all of them, right? Or else we lose out on the originals. Modern, or I guess historic, has them. So I guess Elesh Norn would be like mono white token devotion, probably. Like new Elesh Norn, pretty good and go wide. You'd need stuff that ETB makes tokens to work with Panorama. And then OG Elesh Norn pumps all the tokens. I could see something like that working. Amiria, yeah, you could be mono white with Amiria, maybe Nykthos. So that seems reasonable. Vorinclex historic counter sounds sweet. Jin-Gitaxias in Legacy, Sneak and Show in Vorinclex in Modern. Ooh, doing one in Legacy could be interesting. I hadn't really... Yeah, we'll try this. I hadn't really thought about going to Legacy. Why not Praetor? Oh no, is this aggro? Oh, okay. Oh, Blood Crypt. Not mono red. Thought, okay, not aggro. Thought Seize. So, some sort of Jund deck. Heartless Summoning does work well with Elesh Norn. We played that build with... about it. We played that build with the Muldrifters and Avalanche Riders right after Panorama came out. It was actually super fun. Yeah, we have the best mountains. Good taste in mountains. Opponent. This does almost look like a standard hand, doesn't it? Gets back a land with the red. Yeah, losing that Edict's actually kind of obnoxious. This Ren is going off. So opponent might just be Junding. But how do we stop this Ren from beating us? Well, Sheoldred. I mean, I guess that stops it in the very, very distant future. Ugh, yeah. Opponent untaps. Yeah, Praetor World Tree would be sweet in Modern. I think there's potential to try it there as well. It would be funny to see even more Praetors come into play for sure. It is really painful to march. What? Okay. Turns out on a land. Oh boy. I mean, to march it, we have to like pitch 2 things or 3 things, right? We have to pitch just a ton. Well, I mean, I guess if we end up losing to a new Planeswalker is kind of cute at least. So we'd have to pitch like Damnation and Invoke Despair, and we kill a single Planeswalker. That Thoughtseize on Sheoldred's Edict has really changed this entire game in our opponent's favor. Well, swamp. And I guess we just pass. I guess if they ever take down a planeswalker, maybe we can do something. About it. Sheoldred versus friend, just like Wizards intended. Opponent gets back the land. I mean, we got to do something because we can't let Ren ultimate. Bitter. Oh, is this a reanimate? What is going on with this deck? Bitter reunion. Disco. Oh, okay. We even have answers for that. We just don't have them in hand. Are we just dead? I think we're just dead. Yeah, the edict, the taking the edict was pretty huge. So this is just like full on cheat and Archon into play one way or another deck. Yeah, this is just too slow to matter. So we pitch, oh, I don't even know. Pitch a Sheoldred. Opponent takes up the red. Opponent's about to ultimate multiple planeswalkers. Not great. We draw, yeah. Yeah, we're super dead. Well, that wasn't even close. That was not even close. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, we see what our opponent's doing. So I guess Grafdigger's Cage does seem good here. Cling to Dust, I guess, seems fine. And really, I think we just mostly need to... Well, we need to not lose our Edict. And we probably also need to be on the play is going to be helpful, I think, hopefully. Yeah, it looks like some sort of Jund creativity deck. Is Shadow of a Doubt even good? Against a deck that has Ren, it might not be. Maybe Inquisition is better. I could see Inquisition just being the way to go. We want stuff that can deal with Planeswalkers. Like, Fatal Push is bad. Yeah, Ren making a hexproof thing that you can polymorph is reasonable. Yeah, maybe go down the Shadow of the Doubts, I guess. Go up some Inquisitions. Yeah, let's try something like that. That's probably the best we got. Inquisition does take creativity too. Whew. Well, we're keeping this. We're keeping it. We got Coffer's Urborg. I don't think we can pass up Coffer's Urborg. The rest of the hand, not exciting. But we have the big mana plan, so we just need something to do with it. And being on the play, the marches become more reasonable for dealing with opponent stuff. Hey Seth was looking through looking at old decks I played in Standard because decided to make them into a best of my ability and explore. Check out Mono U Metallurgic Summonings. Ooh, I remember that deck in Standard. That deck was I was obsessed with Metallurgic Summonings for a while. I really like playing with Metallurgic Summonings. Opponent Wooded Foothills and passes. Okay. I feel like this Cling to Dust could end up being helpful. Could be good. Ooh, Inquisition. That could also be good. Inquisition you. Oh no. We're about to get Veil Summered? Oh no. Oh no. Our luck, I think, has finally run out. Oh, that is a brutality. Oh, the 2-for-1 for 1 mana instant speed. It does not get much worse than that. Opponent Rens tries to get back the land while we are going to Cling to Dust. Okay, we draw Sheoldred's Edict. That's something. That's something. We need a Sheoldred. That's what we really need, is find a Sheoldred at some point. Or just Sheoldred's Edict, I guess. 1, 2, activate. Play Field of Ruin. Edict away red. Pass the turn. Sheoldred. Yeah, that looks super sweet, Zummy. That looks super fun. Lots of spells to sling. That's a cool idea. Maybe I'll have to try something. I even like that it's still pretty budget friendly. Maybe I'll have to try something like this. Bringing like old standard decks into Explorer Modern. Opponent, Blood Crypt untapped. And a Thought and a Thoughtseize. Takes the Edict again. Passes. Warping Whale is actually kind of hilarious here. That actually might kind of save us if our opponent tries to reanimate. Pass the turn. It's not even... Oh, I guess it can still uncounterable, isn't it? 1, 2. Is there any way we can do it all? I don't think there is. It still gets Veil of Summer. That's the issue. So if we Cabal Coffers, we make 4. Is there any reason to, like, blow up the land? I guess we need the colorless mana anyway. All right, well. Come on. No Veil of Summer, please. Boy. Dreams dying. Dreams dying to the double Veil of Summer draw. Yeah, it does. If you read Veil of Summer, the only thing that cares about blue and black is the hexproof part and the drawing a card part. The can't be countered, that's its own sentence that doesn't refer to anything. That is unfortunate. We even had the Cling to Dust in our graveyard. We just didn't have enough to do everything. I mean, I think we're in serious trouble now. I don't know how we get out of this. All right, pass the turn, I guess. See what our opponent does. I mean, I guess we can cast some big marches, but even that, we need an Edict. We need an Edict. Our opponent, oh boy, double Veil of Summer and Thoughtseize. So much protection for what they're trying to do. Yeah, this one's going to be hard to get out of. Our opponents had just so many layers of protection here. Opponent, combat attacks. 1, 2. Make some mana. March away the Rhino. Kill the Rhino. All right, so we gain a bit of life. Drop to 20. How do we deal with this Titan Industry with a shield counter? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Opponent passes. We draw. Sheoldred. Night's Whisper. Okay. Well, Night's Whisper. Draw some cards. That's not what we were looking for. Cabal Coffers. Make some mana. No land. Do we just keep drawing cards? Is that our best bet? Draw cards. March. Kill the Goblin. Did not hit a land, though. So this means our opponent can reanimate again and get an Archon. Come on. Come on. We need a little bit of luck. A little bit of luck. Tell us you don't have that too. Okay, just to bolt. That's a little bit of luck. That's a little bit of luck. Opponent. Stomping Grounds. Tapped. And even more Fable and Mirror Breakers. And gets in with the Titan. Sure. We draw. Ooh, another Coffers. Okay. So play the land. Coffers. Play Sheoldred. Play Sheoldred. Blow up something. Blow up a land. Grab a swamp. Oh my goodness. Oh no, they're not playing any basics. Oh, opponent is the greediest. Okay, pass the turn. Opponent gets drained. Oh wait, there's a chance. There's actually a chance. Oh, Fable and Mirror Breaker is definitely a meta breaker. That card is very, very, very good. Arguably too good even. Okay. All right, opponent plays a land. Well, Cabal Coffers. Add some mana. March. Kill the Goblin. I think we got a shot here. Kill the Goblin. Gain 5. Opponent goes attacking. Opponent oh, what? Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, no way. No way. Oh. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh. We even strip mined him too. And they spun into, of course, they managed to spin into the Archon instead of a Titan of Industry, which if they hit a Titan of Industry, it would have been fine, or mostly fine. But spinning into that's absolutely brutal. Oh, that's gonna steal our 5-0 dream. How brutal. And it's an Urborg. Well, oh. What a disappointing way to lose a 5-0. To just like our opponent high rolling. Brutal. Wow. Oh. Boy. So we finish with the 4-1 with Sheoldred. That last game was incredibly brutal. The last game, so many things went our opponent's way. The turn 1 Veil of Summer, the turn 3 Veil of Summer, into just like so many little things went our opponent's way. I guess the good news is that we do get some treasure chests to open. 5. It would have been sweeter if it was 5-0 though. Would there be a non-disappointing way to lose a 5-0? I mean, it's always going to be disappointing, but in that game, I think it's a variance of it. I think it's we know our opponent has Titan Industry in their deck, so the percent chances of them hitting a Archon are not 100. Like normally when you see people play Indomitable Creativity, the idea is to not have variance. So whenever you play against someone who is just like kind of playing a mixture of things, I think that at least for me, that makes it more brutal when you lose to it. Like if you play against a typical Archon deck that's always gonna hit Archon, I'm like, okay, like that's what their deck does. Like they built their deck so every time they do it, they're getting Archons. But when you dilute your pool by playing other creatures and then still hit the right one, that's when the math comes into it and you're like, oh no, like they probably had a 50-50 shot or something and they hit the 50-50 that let them win the game. So it comes down to like the math being against you rather than just like deck building essentially. They're playing around Orvar. I mean, Indomitable Creativity decks don't play Titan though, right? Like in general, we're just looking at them. In general, Indomitable Creativity decks don't play it. I mean, I guess the good news is we played Sheoldred Tribal and just missed the 5-0. So it seems like playing all the Sheoldreds together is actually pretty decent, much less against the odds than I would have expected. We have a new donation from Benicus, $5 donation. Battle Reanimator for Standard, super fun, though the sideboard needs some work. Check it out if you get a chance. Well, Benicus, thank you so much for the donation, and let's look at Battle Reanimator, and then we'll crack open these treasure chests. Ooh. Yeah, that looks super fun. I mean, Invasion Armageddon's really good. I think that's the invasion, the battle that I have seen be the best so far, I think, in Standard. Warrior Platypus, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you. That's a cool idea. So trying to reanimate Cemetery Desecrator to flip the battles. I mean, Kaya's also very powerful. I wonder if it'd be worth playing an actual like an Atraxa or something. I wonder if it'd be worth considering, or like an Itali, like something to reanimate. I guess so many other people are playing those things that maybe you can just steal your opponents. That's one of the upsides of Invasion of Amonkhet. Yeah, that looks sweet, Benicus. Cool idea. All right, 5 treasure chests. Let's crack them open. Treasure chest 1 of 5. Oh, Electrostatic Pummeler. Standard classic Electrostatic Pummeler. Definitely had some sweet budget decks with that one. Evacuation. Bad Cyclonic Rift. Original Cyclonic Rift. Is Cyclonic Rift too good? Cyclonic Rift's just too good, right? Is that the general consensus? Next, Cascade Bluffs. There was a time. Do you remember when those cards were like, we really needed them to be reprinted because they were so expensive? And now I think they're like dirt cheap, aren't they? Yeah, Cascade Bluffs. I mean, that's a good thing. Cascade Bluffs you can get for $6 now. But like a few years ago, $30. Those filter lands back in like 2016, like they were legit expensive and they were like one of the land cycles we really need to get reprinted. I will say, like, one thing that's been lost lately is Wizards has done a pretty good job reprinting cards. Like, a few years ago, not that long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, that was one of the biggest issues facing the Magic community, I think, is like the need for more reprints. The game's too expensive. And yes, there's still issues. We still have stuff with Commander cards that, end up going up in price. But I think in general, we've seen a lot of these lands that see playing 60 card formats actually come down in price quite a bit because of reprinting. So I think we have seen some like definitely positive steps as far as reprints in specific. Yeah, I think, and the lands are the biggest ones. Lands are boring, but they're also like the most important cards that you need to actually make your deck function. And as someone who plays budget decks, I know from experience that if you're playing like a bunch of tap dual lands, you're going to win a lot less than if you're playing untapped dual lands. So I'm really happy to see like pain lands and fast lands become cheaper. Wow, big donation. Old Town Dad, $36. Thank you so much. Just appreciating your content. Dad hugs for all. Well, thank you so much, Old Town Dad. Definitely appreciate the kind words and the donation. Very much appreciated. Thank you. All right, treasure chest. 3 more. Can we get something good for Old Town Dad? How about the Terra Stomper. This is like such a Timmy creature. Such a Timmy creature from original Zendikar. 6 mana, 8/8, can't counter it, trample. Sure, it dies to Doomblade, and probably not ever gonna actually kill someone with it, but oh. And then new Goyf, 2023 Goyf, Herborglor Goyf. Still feel like this card should be good someday, but probably never going to happen. Probably wistful thinking. The price of MTG now comes from power creep. Always have to buy the new Mythics rares. I think that's kind of true with like Modern Horizon stuff in specific. Like that's where the cost is the Ragavans and the Ren and Sixes and so forth. 2 more to go. Oh, Zur. I mean, Zur's not worth anything, but boy. I realized recently that Zur is out the only one of the 50 most popular commanders that was printed before commander precons were a thing. If you look at on EDH Rec, and I believe this is actually true, if you look on EDH Rec and you just go to the most popular commanders, just top commanders, most played commanders, and you scroll through them, unless I'm missing something, every single one of the top 50 is printed in the commander precon era, which is like the last 10-ish years, except for Zur. I guess Zur actually dropped down, so it's 57 now. It was, last time I checked, it was like 49 or something. But every single one except for Zur. So Zur is like the one old legend. Animar is actually from the original Commander precons. That was the first run of Commander precons, was the one that Animar was in, I believe. Or maybe it was the second one, but Animar is initially a Commander precon card as well. But yeah, it's the only old legend that actually stands up to the new ones. All right, last one. Last shot for a complete set or something else awesome. Like a Daring Apprentice. All right, yep. Sacrifice it, counter a spell. Basically a cancel on a body. Were these cards any good? I feel like I've never played with these cards. Have they always just been meme cards? Like, this is actually an old card, right? That was reprinted in a core set. Was there any uses for these cards at any point in Magic's history? Wait, did I miss one? Maybe I missed something going down the list. Let's see. So top line, those are all new. Second line, those are all new. Kali is old, but it's precon era. That was one of the first precons. Azeka, Chatterfang, Marin. Where's the first old legend? All new. Aloro, Lisa, Yarok. Wait. Did I miss one? I think those are all new, aren't they? I'm pretty sure. Krenko is what? 20. Actually, I guess we should look that up. Was it core set 2013? I actually don't remember what the first printing was. It was 2013, so that would also be in the precon era. 2011 was the first precons. Kalia was the original commander, right? Original commander precon. So that was the first commander precon ever, was the one Kalia was in. Yeah. No, out of the most popular ones, Zur is the only one that's before 2011 or before the commander precons. That's what I was trying to. Maybe I misspoke, but that's what I was trying to say. It's the only old one that is still popular. All the most popular commanders are newer. Zur is the only one that's actually before the commander precon era started, and they started printing cards specifically for commander. It's the only old legend that's like Marinar is 83. So once you get down a little further in the top 100, you will find other ones, but Zur is the only one that's close to the top 50. But so what do we learn? We learned Sheoldred's pretty good. And what do you think, chat? Should we do more of these? Like, what do you think of the Praetor tribal idea? Like, is that something we should explore more in the future? Maybe do Elish Norn tribal, Vorinclex tribal, Urbraz tribal. Is it worth and against the odds poll? Zera's funny because it's like, you can build it really busted, or you can build it in a really fun way. But it is easy to build it really busted if you want to. I think we'll probably do more of them, and maybe we'll try to do a draft Thursday, because people have really been asking for a draft. So by popular demand, maybe Thursday actually just will be draft day. But anyway, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of our stream for today, doing some Sheoldred tribaling in Modern. So maybe some limited on Thursday. On the other hand, some notes on the way out the door. Replay YouTube if you missed any of the Sheoldred tribal glory. Tomorrow on the YouTube, you're not gonna want to miss it. We're memeing it up with Yargle, the winner of last week's Against the Odds poll. So that's going up on the YouTube. And one more reminder. That our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. If you need some magic cards, you can get them over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. I love you all. I appreciate you hanging out, having some fun, messing around, talking about this and that, playing some magic. So I appreciate y'all. I hope you have an amazing night, a great day. Check out the Against the Odds tomorrow because it is a pretty sweet one. And I will see you on Thursday to have some more fun and play some more magic. So until everyone, be good. I love y'all. And I will talk to you soon.